What's good, everybody on YouTube? This is your boy Akil McLeod, and I'm a full-time eBay and Poshmark seller. And in today's video I want to tell you guys how I make $1,000 a month on Poshmark. So if you guys are interested in these kind of videos, definitely smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for more videos. So let's get into it. Now, first things first, when it comes to me using Poshmark, I like to consider myself a part-time seller on the app because the majority of my money comes from eBay, and I really don't share and I'm not as active on the Poshmark app as a lot of other Poshmark users. That's why I only do about $1,000 a month on the app. But for me, since it's such a part-time basis, that's great money, and I usually don't even touch that money out of the account. I like to use my Poshmark account more as like a saving instrument, and I literally just, as soon as I make a sale, I don't touch that money, and I just like to use that money so it could build up as much as possible. But I figured that a lot of you guys out there may not want to be full-time sellers, and you might just be looking to make some part-time money, maybe $5,000 to $1,000 a month each month, and I figured that's a good amount of money for anybody to make on the side, because that can pay your car note, depending on where you live, that could even pay your rent. It could do a lot for a lot of people. So I figured this could be something very helpful, and I figured my methods and the way I go about using Poshmark is so simple, and I really simplified the process. I don't try to get too wrapped up in the social media aspect of it, and I'm all about that cash. So for me, I make sales, I ship it out the same day, and I just continue the cycle. So I'm just gonna give you guys some of the tips that I use on how I get $1,000 a month using the app. Now, first things first is the inventory. I get all of my inventory for eBay and on Poshmark from thrift stores, yard sales, and garage sales. About 5% of my inventory comes from places like Ross and Marshalls, because in my area, Ross and Marshalls, they don't tend to get a lot of good stuff, and it's rare for me to do any type of retail arbitrage. But if I find a good deal, I'll definitely grab it up. So I still check those stores maybe once or twice a week, but I hardly ever buy anything. So when it comes to the inventory, getting things from thrift stores is what works best for me. But depending on your area, you might find Ross or Marshalls or things like a DD's Discount or Burlington. They might work better for you. So first things first, when it comes to trying to figure out how to make $1,000 a month, is just to figure out where's your inventory gonna come from. Because if you're just starting out, I would suggest you guys to just go through your closet and just pull all the things that doesn't fit, you don't wear, that may be out of style, and just try to get rid of those things and start from there. Or if you want to be like me, you can go to different thrift stores in your area and just buy things for $5 and try to sell it for 30. Next thing is quantity. Every store on eBay and on Poshmark is going to be different. A lot of people on Poshmark, they might have a store that's maybe 400 or 500 items that's all active, and then other stores like myself, I keep about 100 and 150 active listings in my Poshmark Closet. So for me, that usually works because my average sale price is about $35. Now keep in mind, there's sometimes where I sell things for a lot more money. Sometimes I might sell an item for $50, maybe even $100 on Poshmark, which is very rare. But majority of the items I'm selling is no more than $35. I sell things on Poshmark as low as $20, and like I said, the average is about $35. So in terms of volume, what you want to do on Poshmark, if your average sale price is going to be $35, you want to be shipping out at least 30 to 35 items each month, and that's exactly what I do. The majority of my items, like I said, is $35, and I usually don't ship out more than 30 items a month on Poshmark. And that's mainly because on Poshmark, I realized a lot of the buyers on there are sellers, so they're not gonna just buy your item flat out. They're gonna send you an offer. They might start with a lowball offer, and it's up to you to kind of haggle back and forth with them. And the other thing is, the majority of people on there, they're not trying to spend more than $25 on anything, especially if it's used. So all my items for the most part are used, so I'm not gonna get a lot of high priced items on there. Occasionally, every once in a while, maybe 2 or 3 times a month, I might sell something on Poshmark for $100. But like I said, that's once or twice a month, and that's super rare. So keep in mind, you want to start with the average sale price of maybe $30 to $40, and that way you can just focus on doing volume and just, ship about 30 items a month, and you should be right at that $1,000 mark. Now, the next big thing when it comes to Poshmark is their sharing feature. And for me, the sharing feature, I'm not gonna say it's something I don't enjoy doing. I recently started sharing other people's items just so that I can become a Poshmark ambassador, but I'm definitely not a Poshmark ambassador yet. I haven't even purchased anything on Poshmark, and that's that's a part of being a PoshMark ambassador, is leaving a love note. And since I haven't purchased anything, I haven't left a love note for anyone yet. So when it comes to sharing, for me, one of the main things that I do is I just share my own closet, and I share my entire closet maybe once or twice a day. And there are some days where I completely forget, because like I said, I do it on such a part-time basis that the whole day might go by and I might only share my closet during the evening party where all items are applicable for that party. So the best thing to do, I realize there's always a spike in my sales when I share my closet more often and when I'm more active on the app. And when I say being active on the app, that means following people, liking their stuff, and sharing their closet. I usually get more sales when I'm doing all of those things, but like I said, I hardly ever share other people's closets, and I hardly ever share items outside of a party. So that's why I'm only getting about $1,000 each month. But if you're interested in getting $1,000 each month, if you follow my recipe, I guarantee that you can get to the same numbers that I get. Now, a good tip that I have for you guys when it comes to these parties and when it's time for you to share your items in your closet is to share your entire closet when it's a party happening. So for instance, 4 o'clock, they usually have these men's style parties, and the majority of my closet is men's clothing. So instead of just sharing men's clothing to the men's style parties, I would share my entire closet just to my followers, and I would share the items that's applicable to the party just to the party. That way I'm refreshing my entire closet and I'm still getting more activity throughout my entire closet. So that's a good tip that I have for you guys, and that usually works for me. And a lot of times during a men's style party, I might still end up selling something that was shared just to my followers, just because I put it out there and more people was able to see it. Now, another good tip that I have for you guys when it comes to making $1,000 a month on Poshmark is the fact that you have to be open to accepting offers. I speak to a lot of people when it comes to Poshmark, and a lot of them are very stingy, and if they're asking $50 for an item, they're not trying to take less than $45. But trust me, when it comes to Poshmark, a lot of the buyers are sellers as well, and everyone on that platform, they want a deal. So there might be times where I might have something listed for $49 and I'll accept $40. Depending on how long I've had it, I might accept $35. So you just have to be open to offers, and you have to be willing to let go of your items and not be so attached to it, because at the end of the day, the goal is to make money, and the goal is to get rid of the items that you're trying to sell. As long as you're making money from your item, I suggest that you accept some offers just so you can get the ball rolling and you can start to build some momentum and start clearing out your closet. Now, another big thing when it comes to making $1,000 a month on Poshmark is your shipping supplies. Now, I get all my shipping supplies for free from USPS.com, or I would just run to the post office and get my packages. Also, I like to ship my items off the same day. So as long as the order comes in somewhere before 3 o'clock, I would ship it out the exact same day. Now, that helps because it allows the buyer to give me positive feedback, and other people can see that because they can see your love notes. And of course, when people go through your love notes, they see that you ship fast, and they are more, they're more open to doing business with you and more open to buying stuff from you. So definitely, if you can, ship things the same day, because that will do wonders for your business and definitely help you get to that $1,000 a month mark a lot faster. Also, when it comes to shipping supplies, now I see a lot of people, they get tissue paper, they get ribbon, they get bows, they get stickers, they get all types of pretty shit when it comes to, shipping off their packages. But for me, like I said, I use the simple USPS priority boxes, and sometimes I might double box something, sometimes I might wrap it up with the USPS package just to make it a little more neater so that it doesn't get damaged in shipping. But like I said, I don't try to do things too fancy. I don't waste too much time. And the only thing that I do differently when it comes to eBay and Poshmark is that I try to include thank you notes in my Poshmark orders. And that's only because on Poshmark, they kind of urge sellers to use thank you notes. So I figured I might as well start using thank you notes, because when I wasn't using thank you notes, a lot of the feedback I was getting was, instead of the 5 stars, I was getting 3 or 4 stars. And some people would say, oh, a thank you note would have been nice, or stuff like that. Now, let's just be honest. Poshmark buyers, they have a different expectation when it comes to receiving orders than eBay buyers. They like stickers, they like ribbon, they like, a whole bunch of pretty shit on their orders. So that's something to consider. But if you want to be like me, just make sure that the item gets to the buyer fast, and it gets to them, it gets to them in a neat way. That way they're not nervous about stains and not nervous about the package being damaged. And you just want to get the item to the buyer the fastest way possible and the neatest way. And of course include a thank you note, because that's just what Poshmark kind of urges their sellers to do. And last but certainly not least, my last tip for you guys on how to make $1,000 a month on Poshmark is using the offers to like us feature on the app. Now that feature is probably one of the best features that Poshmark offers, and it's one of the things that really separate them from eBay. Now when someone likes something from my Poshmark Closet, the thing that I like to do is I would send them an offer almost immediately. That means I'm gonna drop my price maybe $4 or $5, and I'm gonna give them a shipping discount of at least $1.50. That way that encourages them to want to buy the item. And the best time to do it is to, as soon as they like it, is to send them an offer, because they liked it, it's in the back of their mind. And as soon as you send them an offer, that might intrigue them to buy it. Now sometimes it might backfire on you, and you might send them a discount for $5, and then they might want to send you an offer, you know, $20 less than your original offer. So of course, you know, it's always up to you if you want to accept that offer or not. But for me, it usually gets the ball rolling, and it starts some type of communication between myself and the buyer. And oftentimes that buyer might just accept the offer that I sent them, and it might be a nice surprise for me, because I'm literally just, you know, continuing the process that I always do. But like I said, it works, and it helps me move inventory very fast. So definitely use that offer to like us feature. So that's all I have for today's video. So if you guys enjoyed that one, make sure you smash the like button, and definitely subscribe to the channel for more videos about how to sell on Poshmark and on eBay. And if you guys have any questions or suggestions for future videos, definitely drop that in the comment section. I'll get back to you guys as soon as possible. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.